This summit is about overcoming setbacks and getting clarity and courage to be more profitable, to level up in your lives. Wanting women to win is why I started A Woman Up, a professional development company. I take pride in partnering with countless women in corporations over the years to get women and underrepresented people into companies' careers and compensation packages they deserve. What was the main reason for some of these people not getting into these roles and doing what they wanted to do? Honestly, crazily, all it was focus. They just needed to focus. Focus, simple, right? No, it's not always focus. Easy. Lack of focus, distractions have us losing money, motivation, paying higher interest rates, paying late fees, not spending enough money, quality time with people we love, high divorce rates, not taking care of our health, not growing our business or our careers, eating easy versus eating healthy, arguing versus discussing, crying versus meditating, reacting versus planning. All of this and more has us chasing short-term fixes versus curating our lives for success. And I know because I was thrown all kinds of distractions. A huge one when the federal marshals came to our home to take my husband away when my children were in elementary school for white-collar crimes that he had committed. I ain't know nothing about it. Yes, that part, that happened. No Lifetime movie. This is real. It was clear that my baby daddy was focused, but just on all the wrong stuff. This kept us unbalanced, unfocused, and distracted for years. The aftermath of this. When we are constantly off balance, our confidence wanes. Then it can turn to anger. It can have us shut down. It can have us stop trying, stop believing, and accepting failure, or saying, oh, it just wasn't meant to be. Bull crap. If it's gnawing away at you, you're supposed to have it. You're supposed to do it. You're supposed to achieve it. Why don't we have it? Because we don't have a plan to get back on track, to focus. We don't have that GPS. Take that turn, make that U-turn, girl, to deal with the distractions. What do some of us do? We complain about it. Then we got to go talk to our friend about it. Girl, let me tell you what happened. Then we got to go talk to our boo about it. And then something at work or the next day triggers us and we start talking about it again. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. How much time do we spend talking about stuff that's already happened? We can't change it. We don't have any control over what already happened. We give it too much time. Focus on what's next. So let me just tell you this. Listen, Linda, I had to conquer many distractions every day. I mean, I was deceived by my husband, the father of my children. We lost everything. Retirement, gone. Investment properties, gone. Everything. The load was now on me. I had to be thrust into being now the mother and the father, the MF. I was depressed, scared. I was on a gerbil wheel because I had to just automatically just start doing things I needed to do to make sure that I didn't lose my career, the money to take care of my kids. This was not a planned transition. This was majorly just not expected. It took me a few years before I could slow down long enough to focus on focusing. Yes, we have to focus on focusing. I needed to figure out what I needed and wanted to do under these new circumstances I found myself in. That's when I found these strategies that I want to talk to you guys about, that helped me stop looking for corners in a round room. You'd be surprised about the seemingly small changes we can make to our day to make our week tighter, to make our life tighter, to be more focused. Like the one-touch rule. Y'all heard about that? For example, email or mail, touch it once, trash it, reply to it, or foul it. Or the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes or 2 minutes or less to do it, complete it. Do it now. I'm famous for not doing that, right? And I have to remind myself, do it now before a zillion things pile up. Because I love to solve people's problems. I'm a problem solver by nature. If somebody tells me I have to do something, they say, Trey, can you do this for me? I need help with this. And as soon as they get to the third thing, I already know in my mind, I've trained myself, I'm going to have to wait 24 hours before I can make a decision. If they say, Trey, you have to do this, and then as soon as they say, and, I'm like, ooh, in my mind, I know I'm going to tell you it's going to take me 24 hours to make a decision. Even if I know I can do it. But I had to train myself to not have this knee-jerk reaction to always be saying, yes, sure, I can do it. Sure, I can do it. Right? Unless it's somebody selling me oxygen on Mars and my oxygen pack is low, I'm going to think about it. Okay? I mean, sometimes we just have to sit back and say, I can't do everything. I also had to deal with and understand the emotional and psychological issues that I was dealing with, that we as women have to deal with. How do we handle the biases that come at us? The unconscious biases, the unconscious thoughts that make us feel like things are our fault, things that preoccupy our thoughts versus handling our business. It's like psychological warfare. You got to get up in the morning to get ready so you can focus. We need to spend less time on other people's insecurities and projections on us and focus on what makes us a value add. We bad, we good, we offer a lot. So instead of saying you just need to focus, I want to give you tools and resources and tactics and strategies, not just say, oh, just go focus on it. Okay, that's what a lot of people say. How do you focus? What do you use to focus? What are the resources you need to focus? I want to offer you strategies to focus. I want to offer you more time, sis. I want to offer you more shmoney. I really want to offer you peace. Peace that comes with time and money. Studies tell us that we can get 2 hours more time a day when we focus. Not just staring at something, that kind of focus. I mean, actually like strategies to focus. Another study informed us that we can make 40% more income when we put strategies in place to focus. And that's working for a demand. I noticed because when I was working for a demand and I put these strategies in place, I made more money. And then I loved the peace that came with that. The more time to spend with my kids, the more money to do stuff. What will you do with 10 extra hours a week, 40 extra hours a month? What would you do with 10, 20, 30, 40% more money a year? We cannot allow distractions from the news and Netflix, even our family and friends. As women, we have to understand how much we're always relied on. We're the go-to people. We already have to fight for having access to good health care. We used to have to fight to vote. We still do sometimes, right? We got to fight and worry about making as much money as the person or the man sitting next to us. It's time to take control of the distractions. It's time not to allow life and other people's agendas and biases to get in the way of us focusing on our stuff. I would love to spend Saturday, January 6th with you for an hour and a half, noon Eastern Standard Time, to show you the strategies that I have worked really hard to put into place. Give them to you in a nice little bow. I've worked with managers and learned from people at Coca-Cola, Bank of America, Accenture, Meta, Capital One. Share what works for me, show you the resources, figure out what works for you. Basically a compilation of the wonderful benefits of focusing and how to focus. This is real important, ladies. This is more information, and I compiled into studies and assessments as well, into a book. There's a resource book that's compiled all this stuff. A university here, I live in DC, actually said that this is worth $80. And this is virtual. So you can come in your pajamas, bring your coffee, bring your croissant, because it's 9 o'clock Pacific time, right? 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and get your strategies together for 2024. It's already November, right? So let's get this done, January the 6th. Let's be intentional about managing the internal and external distractions that we have so we can win. I'm here. So if you have questions, reach out to me. It's Tracy, TRACI, at awomanup.com. Look, I got 2 kids, one in college crying, broke. Another one in high school, seemed like he got an activity every day. I have a husband who's actually pretty low maintenance, so I ain't gonna complain about that. I got my little Shih Tzu who has arthritis. She's getting old. So let's keep it real. There's always going to be something in our lives that we have to manage. After a while, it becomes second nature to deal with these distractions. Sexism, racism, we have so much stuff coming at us. How do we get funding for our business? How do we get promoted? How do we stop being told we're so emotional? Calm down, microaggressions, gaslighting. As a coach, the biggest issues women have is lack of focus, which means a lack of confidence, which means chipping away at courage, which leads to making not as much money as they want, right? Not to have the lifestyle that we want, preoccupied with bull crap. I'm not looking for corners and round rooms because I have figured it out. Do I have times where I'm like, oh, yes, I'm human, but I get back on track. Damn, my family is doing better. I'm going to show y'all a QR code to scan for this. You got some great speakers, great leaders, entrepreneurs dropping much knowledge on you today. The one thing I do want to say, ladies, can I ask you to please focus on whatever strategy, opportunity that resonates with you? Whatever you walk away from the summit with, do it. Do it. Focus on the strategy. Take advantage of what is being shared with you. Okay? So many of us come to these things and we don't do anything with the information. We have to focus on what is whatever it is we choose to do, right? And sometimes it feels like we're not getting ahead, but I'm telling you, every time you do something, you get closer and closer and closer to that goal. All right, so let me share my screen. I'm gonna show you this QR code. I am looking forward to spending time with you guys on January the 6th. Put it on your calendar. Look, Linda, listen. We take Klarna, we take Afterpay. It's not just for your hair and your jewelries and your shoes. It's also for professional development. This is professional development. This is personal development. Okay? There's no reason why you guys should not do this. It's a Saturday. Let's hang out and get our shiggity together. Okay? All right, let me do this. Share the screen, show you the QR code. I want to also say to Shea, thank you so much for your grace. Thank you for inviting me to be here. This is phenomenal. You are doing great things for women, for everybody who has come here. This is almost November. So let's go ahead and start thinking about what we want for our lives moving forward. We got to pay to slay. This is only $127. Use Klarna and it's what, 4 easy payments? What would you do with that time? Travel, make more love, hug your kids more, grow your career. Okay? So thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited about working with you guys on January the 6th. Scan the code. Let's go. Let's make this happen. Again, I'm Tracy Hill, CEO and founder of awomanup.com. And I look forward to working with you guys. And what I want you to walk away with and think about is, what are you going to be a woman up to in 2024? What are you going to focus on in 2024? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.